Can you believe it? No, seriously, can you? Ash is actually going up against the likes of Cynthia, Lance, Leon, and all the other regional champions in a single elimination tournament. That's freaking awesome. And I know my previous video claims that the Masters 8 tournament sucks, so it's quite ironic of me to now call this tournament awesome, but that's because the Masters 8 tournament has been very polarizing, especially regarding the matchups and the Elan versus Leon battle, but also because of the setup and the execution. Most Pokemon fans have either been very critical of the tournament or very supportive and hyped, or even both. Personally, I share opinions for both ends of the spectrum, so I decided to make two videos that shared my perspective and insight on both extremes. But remember to please share your thoughts in the comments down below. Anyways, for this video, I'm going to talk about why the Masters 8 tournament is freaking awesome. Let's jump right into it. So, I want to begin this video by focusing on the premise of the Masters 8 tournament itself. In it, we have Leon, Cynthia, Steven, Lance, Diantha, Elan, Iris, and of course, Ash. And guess what? Every single one of these participants are either a league conference winner or an actual regional champion. And they're all duking it out to crown the true #1 trainer. That exposition and setup is insane and unreal. Honestly, I think this is the pinnacle of the Pokemon anime in terms of the series goal that Ash has in each iteration of the Pokemon anime. Like 5 years ago, if you told me that Ash would be battling the likes of Cynthia and Lance in an elimination bracket style tournament, I would instantly scoff at you in disbelief. That's impossible. The writers would never let something that freaking awesome to pass in the Pokemon anime. But it did, and it's honestly so surreal, and I'm still having trouble believing this is actually happening. So, when people, including myself, are criticizing how the writers are handling the Masters 8 tournament, I urge everyone and myself to please consider just how freaking awesome this tournament is, regardless of how it plays out. The fact that the strongest trainers from every single region thus far are duking it out is worthy of the utmost praise. And a lot of the critiques that I myself have been pointing out are intentionally not executed by the writers, in my opinion. Like, a lot of us are very frustrated with the missed opportunities in this tournament, especially in regards to Ash using his older Pokemon from the previous regions, including Charizard, Sceptile, Infernape, Incineroar, and most notably Greninja. But I think the writers left those veteran Pokemon out on purpose. For one, we can't forget Pokémon Journeys is marketed towards kids, and every new iteration of the Pokemon anime aims to attract new viewers. If the writers were to grant our wishes and make Ash use his older Pokemon, well, then the Pokemon Journeys anime would be so heavily based on past events that it forces the newer audience to watch previous seasons of the Pokemon anime to really feel a connection with Ash's now ultimate team for the Masters 8 tournament. This might work for a series like One Piece, where the audience is much older and more dedicated to a franchise they might like, but Journeys is targeting kids, and kids have the attention span of a peanut. They aren't going to care about the hypest moments Sceptile had in Hoenn and the Battle Frontier, and they definitely aren't going to care for a Charizard that wrecked legendary Pokemon while they were still a fetus. But what they will care about is how freaking awesome Dragonite, Mega Lucario, Gigantamax Gengar, and Ash's other Journeys team members have been in the Journeys anime that they just started watching either now or a couple to few years ago. It makes complete sense from a marketing perspective for the writers to not include Ash's old Pokemon in the Masters 8 tournament. The problem lies narratively and from our lofty expectations. We would expect Ash to assemble his ultimate team for the biggest tournament of his career, and yeah, I've already covered all of that in this video, so be sure to check that out for an insight from the opposite extreme. So yeah, the writers know what they're doing, and I'm very confident it is working. Moving on, the Masters 8 tournament is freaking awesome because anyone can enjoy it. Because of the way the matchups were done, the tournament doesn't rely on super fleshed out and critical plot points covered in previous anime iterations. Sure, they throw some past references here and there, but it's more of a fan service and reward to longtime fans like some of us, while not alienating the newer viewers in the process. Honestly, I give mad props to the writers in this regard. Pokemon Journeys is a huge balancing act, and they are honestly doing doing a great job to appeal to the new audience and sometimes appeal to us, the longtime fans. Like imagine if Ash had a rematch with Alon. Do you know how complicated that backstory is? Not to mention bringing in Ash Greninja and explaining that transformation to the new watchers. Also, the new viewers would feel like who the poop just replaced Mega Lucario with a humanoid frog thing. Sort of like how some of us are offended that Lucario replaced this sick frog thing. So yeah, the Masters 8 tournament is freaking awesome because of how easy it is for the average viewer to get immersed and on board with it. And the Alon versus Leon battle is awesome too. Most viewers hate it for just how it disrespected Alon from the X and Y series, but really for most viewers of the Journeys anime, it served to highlight just how strong Leon is and how much more challenging Ash's goal really is in comparison to previous iterations of the Pokemon anime. The hype level is ridiculously high, and as I have mentioned before, truly at the pinnacle of the history of the entire Pokemon anime. Let's move on to my final point as to why the Masters 8 tournament is awesome. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider, be here before it was cool, right? So my final reason why the Masters 8 tournament is freaking awesome is because it shows just how much Ash Ketchum has grown. Since 1997 till very recently, our hero has been making very slow and painfully long strides towards his goal of becoming a Pokemon master. And really, I've kept up with this show for my entire recollectable life. As a kid way back in 2003 up to being a young adult in 2022. I've stuck with Ash for as long as I can remember despite all of the annoyances and grievances that come with rooting for Ash in the Pokemon League. I really see him as my childhood hero despite having some hiccups here and there, best wishes, and that's because he embodies very valuable and respectable traits for me personally that I strive to emulate every single day. Even as a young adult, I learned some very important life lessons from this fictional 10-year-old kid, so I've grown very attached to him after all these years. So when I see Ash participating in the biggest tournament of his life, one that will crown the strongest trainer in the entire Pokemon world, I can't help but feel very excited for him. The fact that he qualified for such a prestigious tournament, that he has the opportunity to battle champions like Cynthia and Leon, that he still has the support and drive from all of his old and new Pokemon, old and new companions, and most importantly, himself. The fact that he kept at his goal for over 25 years and counting. Yeah, it honestly makes me a tad bit emotional, as pathetic as that sounds to come from a 21-year-old guy like me. This growth and progress is only something only we longtime fans can truly appreciate, and it's very special. So before you think the writers are only appealing to the new fans with the Pokemon Journeys anime, you're wrong. Yes, they won't sacrifice their new audience for the benefit of us loyal and longtime fans, but the writers do care about us, and they delivered us this very special moment with the Masters 8 tournament. Not many franchises and anime can appeal to longtime fans like us like Pokemon can. Sure, One Piece might, and to an extent even be more rewarding, but the fact that Pokemon can as well, despite remaining geared towards kids, is nothing short of brilliant planning and writing. So please consider giving the Pokemon Journeys writers some credit. They gave us this freaking awesome final arc of the Pokemon Journeys anime, and it's called the Masters 8 tournament. Thank you for watching.